Riders back in the postseason for the first time since 2021, and leading the way, it's Team Money. Trevor Harris's first playoff game as a Rider, and he couldn't be more ready, saying simply this week, "Here I am healthy, ready to rock." Meanwhile, the Lions turning back to Vernon Adams Jr. He won 6 of 9 regular season starts, 16 TD passes, throwing for 300 or more yards 6 times, and he's been great against the Riders. Previous 3 games, over 450 yards. Will it translate to the postseason? We are about to find out, and we will begin by introducing all the gentlemen: Paul Lapolis, Davis Sanchez, Matt Dunnigan, Milt Stegall, as we get set for the Riders taking on the Lions. A trip to Winnipeg on the line. Lapo, I will begin with you. The key matchups for this game.
My key matchups is Justin McInnis versus the secondary of the Riders. You think about the first time that Vernon came back to play just 2 weeks ago. He throws it the first play of the game. It's an 80-yard bomb to Justin McInnis. The deep ball is back with him. And certainly the first time Vernon played, 250 yards receiving for Justin McInnis. Hey, defensively, put somebody in man coverage on him and zone everywhere else. Find a way to minimize that player. That's my key matchup, guys.
Coach, proof that this is not scripted. I have the same thing as you. And here's a different reason, though. The reason why is if you look at what they did in versus zone, VA and McInnis, they had a huge connection throughout the season. So it's Lacombo, it's Mulligan, it's Fields, it's that in-between zones behind the linebackers in front of the secondary on second down, that connection. That's the key to me.
Well, for me, I've been emphasizing what? They go run the ball. The Saskatchewan's go run the ball. So that front four for the BC Lions, they have to create layers, meaning they got to get some pressure and get those guys in the backfield. If they allow those guys to get to the second level, it's going to be some problems with Armstead and Arlette. So that's the matchup to me that's going to determine the outcome of this game.
Yeah, well, I see the reason behind McInnis, deep ball and VA, pushing it down there, having, a big play VA. That's great, but you have to have time to do that. Look, Saskatchewan, in my opinion, best defensive line in the Canadian Football League, and they take the football away from the offense. Plus 26 turnover ratio. VA is throwing 3 touchdowns and 6 interceptions in his playoff appearances. He's got to take care of the football. So I'm looking at that offensive line, keeping VA clean so he can deliver those deep balls, and that defensive line of Saskatchewan trying to get to him.
I'm going Rider Nation versus the BC Lions offense. A lot of silent counts, and that one's just for you, Paul Lapolis, because guess what? These fans haven't had playoff football since 2021, and to say they are fired up is a complete understatement. The Riders just 2 wins away from the Grey Cup. They haven't been there since 2013. To Mosaic after this.
What's up? Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, for the CFL playoffs. We appreciate you being here. Please take a second to hit that like button down below and share it out to social media, to some sports boards. Let's get a bunch of CFL fans from around the world hanging out with us here for the Western Semifinal. Who you rooting for, the BC Lions or the Rough Riders? Let us know in the chat who you're going for. We'll see you back in there. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up button, and good.
China sets the stage for the West Semifinal here at Mosaic Stadium between the Lions and the Rough Riders. The Riders back in the playoffs for the first time in the last 3 years, won 4 of their 5 down the stretch. BC, who's won this West Semifinal each of the last 2 years, finding their offense late in the regular season.
Well, Vernon Adams Jr. is back as their starter. It has been quite the journey for VA, but in the Lions win versus the Riders back in July, Adams threw for 451 yards in that game and got the W. He is 2-1 in the playoffs as a starter. He will have to keep pace with the most accurate passer in the playoffs in CFL history. Trevor Harris is hot, and he led the Riders in his last 4 starts to 4 wins in a row. One of them was against BC.
Not a bad first year as head coach for that man. Corey Mace gets his team back in the playoffs and is the Coach of the Year nominee in the West. Rick Campbell on the other side. 5-3 is his career playoff record. These 2 teams split the season series. A spot in Winnipeg awaits the winner this afternoon. That is kicked to the 10, bounces down inside the 5, picked up by Terry Williams. Williams picks his way back just shy of the 20. That is where he will get stopped, a 16-yard return.
VA got the start in that last game of the regular season versus Montreal, a 27-3 win, and it was at that moment that Coach Rick Campbell decided that he would be the starter in this Western semifinal. 16 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. And remember, VA got the Lions off to a 5-1 start to the regular season.
Winnipeg, as I mentioned, awaiting the winner in the West Final next week. The last 4 West Finals featuring the Bombers, twice against the Riders, twice against the Lions. One of these 2 teams will book a ticket back this afternoon. They'll start it to the big man, Javon Catoy, back in the lineup, and he's got a catch.
According to Rick Campbell, the best offensive lineman, most consistent throughout the year for the BC Lions has been Jarrell Broxson at that left tackle spot. So Jordan Maximic's got to get that run established with William Stanback, and he has the #1 receiver in the Canadian Football League this year in Justin McInnis. 1,469 yards on the season.
2nd and inches. Mackey into the game here early on the 28, pushing it ahead. He'll get the first down for the Lions.
The interior of the Saskatchewan Roughrider defense, great against the run, but Micah Johnson can also get after the quarterback. He's played in 155 starts in the Canadian Football League, 6 sacks. They will go with Adam O'Clair in the linebacking core. He was injured. He's back and healthy. And in the back end, maybe the best defensive back in the league in a long, long time. That's Roland Milligan. Led the league in interceptions with 8.
BC's offense averaging just shy of 25 points per game. 1st and 10 from their own 31. Adams, a ton of time over the middle, almost intercepted. Oh, Lacombo, it was right there, but it falls incomplete. Would have been his first of the year.
First of the year, and first for Nelson Lacombo in his career. He is looking to get that first. Tipped through the hands of Keon Hatcher, who was well covered over the middle. Lacombo has played well throughout the back half of the season and with a lot more confidence, but I won't be surprised at all to see Vernon Adams test him down the middle.
2nd and 10. Raucous crowd here at Mosaic early in this one. 4 options out to the left for VA. Looks over the middle. Throws. He's got a first down to Keon Hatcher.
So just as a reminder, when you think about how this season started, there is Hatcher. They go 3 into the boundary. Basically, he just sits down against the zone defense for the Riders. But 5-1 start for Vernon Adams. Then a loss to Calgary, where he didn't play all that well. Then got hurt the next game. That's when they signed Nathan Rourke. He came back, started the rest of the way until the Montreal game.
12 yards for Hatcher. 1st and 10 from the 43. On the run to his right, dumps it off. And he's got Hollins up to the 50. Forced out of bounds just beyond there.
Got Jameer Thurman in a bind there as he's trying to get to the outside and help out another defender as well, with both Vernon Adams on the roll and Hollins underneath. It's a pick your poison. That was C.J. Reeves who got caught. If he goes to VA dumps it to Hollins, and if he stays back on Hollins, Vernon Adams Jr. just runs it.
Hatcher, Catoy, Hollins, all involved early. 6th play of the drive for BC. VA on the run to his right again. This time he'll keep it. He's tracked down and taken down, but should have the first down.
Great block off the edge by Mackey, the fullback, number 34, right here. David Mackey out of Western University, right there on the outside. He gets that block off the edge to get Vernon Adams outside and around the corner so he can get to the marker. He didn't need a lot to get that first down and move the chains, but a great block off the edge by 34. David Mackey out of Western.
Lions marching the ball to midfield. Adams again. Catoy's got it, and he's got some room to rumble. Down to the 20, to the 10. Gone! 56 yards, straight touchdown, Lions. Catoy's got his first of the season. drills it, and it could not have come in a bigger time.
What a start for Vernon Adams Jr. Little bit of run, little bit of play action, and just an angle by Roland Milligan, who undercut that throw, trying to get a pick, missed it, and Javon Catoy, who's been injured through the back half of this season, back in the lineup for this playoff game. He gets the Lions on the board early.
What a start for the visitors. Sean White to tack on another. And it's off the upright. Wow, did not see that coming. The most accurate kicker in the history of the league. Doinks, the extra points. Still a 7-play, 91-yard drive to Catoy. They're on top.
Step into the action with CFL Game Zone. Play games, win prizes, and connect with fans from across the world. Join the ultimate CFL fan experience today at gamezone.cfl.ca.
Hey you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. The one that's listening to the football game with us right now. Thanks for being here. Please take a minute and hit that subscribe button. Why haven't you subscribed yet? Come on, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single CFL playoff game all the way through the Grey Cup. Hopefully it'll be the Argos because I'm an Argos fan, but regardless, we're here live to hang out with a bunch of CFL fans and have a good time on the playoff run. Now let's get back to the football. Good luck to your team. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and helping this awesome community continue to grow on our way to 75K. Thanks. Cheers, everybody.
Released, but he's trying to make that pick, undercuts it, is not there in time, and Javon Catoy takes it to the house.
Max Simic, the coordinator, loves it. Catoy played 12 games, missed some time during the regular season, but has his first touchdown of the year, and it's in the playoffs.
Trevor Harris, as I mentioned off the top, most accurate passer in the playoffs in CFL history. More on that as the game goes on, but he is red hot down the stretch. His last 4 starts versus Calgary, Ottawa, Edmonton, and the BC Lions, all wins for Trevor Harris. And that game against the Lions, I watched him frustrate defensive coordinator Ryan Phillips to no end.
Harris, 7 wins, 4 losses, and a tie this season, starting on his own 37. And that one incomplete. Keyshawn Johnson couldn't get there.
Center Logan Ferlin with the U of R is one of the top offensive linemen in the league, Western Division All-Star and the West nominee for outstanding lineman. He's played almost every position on that O-line, and second 1,000-yard season for Sam Emelis at receiver.
Riders, 4th highest scoring offense in the regular season, 26.6 points per game. 2nd and 10 here. Harris gets it away, down the field. First down, a big one, all the way up to midfield. And of course, it's Emelis that gets them started.
Sam Emelis is such a smooth route runner. He comes from distance and just runs that dig route. Starts at the numbers, takes the hit, hangs on. Big first down for the Riders. They want to match, at least get a couple of first downs after the opening score for BC.
They'll run it here, straight up the middle. Excellent burst to get this game started in the hands of Rock Armstead.
I really believe that Matthew Betts is due. He only had a couple of sacks since returning to the Lions Victoria in that game against Ottawa from his NFL tryout. Ben Haladic has been hurt through the back half of the season, but is starting at linebacker. And Gary Peters is the veteran in the secondary. Your best players have to be your best in the playoffs. We'll see what Gary Peters has.
8 yards for Armstead. 2nd and 2. A.J. Ouellette in next to his quarterback. They'll give it to him. He's going to push it ahead. And he hangs on to the ball, and he's got a first down for Saskatchewan.
A.J. Ouellette had a big game against BC in his sort of return to the lineup. He's had an injury-plagued season, came back after missing a couple of games due to injury, played 1 game against Montreal. It wasn't right, then went on the 6-game injured list. But he came back, rushed for 84 yards against the Lions, and is the starter in this playoff game. They also have Rock Armstead dressed and is on the field right now. They can play both of them at the same time.
They both have a carry already in this game, and they're both out there right now. Harris finds Armstead. He's got some space, pushing it ahead. And he's awfully close to another first down. Just short.
Raquel Armstead and working with A.J. Ouellette can bring a different look to the Rider offense than the Lions have seen, or any team has seen all year long. 2 dynamic tailbacks that you can do a lot of different things with. What it can do, though, is take one tailback out of his rhythm in a game. We'll see how it plays out in this one.
They haven't worked that in really all year.
No, exactly.
So interesting wrinkle, one way or the other, to throw it in to the playoff game here. 2nd and inches. Shea Patterson in. Shea Patterson ahead, and he's got a first down. And the Riders responding with a drive of their own here.
And I don't blame Corey Mace for trying this strategy. One of the downsides to it is that you're doing something that you haven't really done all year long. So you're adding a new piece to the playbook to have 2 tailbacks in the backfield at the same time. However, the Lions against the run haven't been great all season. So I'm not surprised that Corey Mace is saying, hey, let's put 2 star tailbacks out there, see what we can do with that setup.
BC's defense against the run, middle of the package in the CFL this year. Now a toss to A.J. Ouellette. Ouellette down one hole, pushes it down to the 25 on the 7th play of this drive.
Just a quick toss to try and get the big man and the power runner, really. I mean, he has the quick feet to make you miss in space, but A.J. Ouellette will run over. He's looking for contact, and that quick pitch gets him outside in space, so he goes one-on-one more with the first tackler being a DB almost. Like Jalen Edwards-Cooper made first contact.
Trevor Harris needs 6 more here. On 2nd down, 3 options to his right. Looks in that direction. Throws in that direction to the end zone. Incomplete. Hung one out there for Schaefer Baker, but he could not keep it in bounds.
Well, he caught it. He brought it down, but I don't think there's any question that both feet came down out of bounds. He's in the air now. No question he is out of bounds there. Manny Rugamba on the coverage. Little help from Ronald Kent. They rotate over to Schaefer Baker on the deep ball.
Brett Lawler called into the game. 22 for his last 22 in his last 6 games. 13 of 15 in the playoffs in his career. And he knocks one home. So the Riders respond with some points of their own. And they trail 6-3 as Vernon Adams Jr. looks to get BC back to the West Final. Since 2021, there's one number that really jumps off the page there.
Yeah, it's this one. You know, when Corey Mace was interviewing for the job here in Saskatchewan, he told the staff that he was going to have a team that protected the football when they had it and went after it and took it when they were on defense. And that's exactly what has happened this year. They are by far the best team in the give-takeaway category.
1st and 10 on their own 19. That is caught and brought back out just beyond the 25. Here's Mace on turnovers.
Obsession for possession. You know, we got to do everything we can to keep it when we have it, and then when we don't, we got to do everything we can to possess it. So the guys have taken heed to that. Offensively, you know, we've been outstanding to this point in protecting the football, in my opinion. Defensively, we've been done a really good job going to get it. So, you know, that's part of our DNA. We got to continue to do that if we want to win some games.
I know the Riders move a lot of merch. There's a first down. But if there's not an obsession for possession t-shirt somewhere here at Mosaic, it's a fail. I mean, it's got t-shirt written all over it for the fans.
Well, you know, when you're plus 26 and last year we're a minus 20, what a difference. And it is such an important stat, as you know, Dustin. Teams that win the give-take category win games. I mean, they only lost the plus-minus category twice this year. Once was against the Lions in July when the Lions beat them.
Here's Ouellette, first down. Broke that first tackle and ends up pushing it ahead for 4 yards.
The other was in the Banjo Bowl. So throughout the season, 18-game regular schedule, the Saskatchewan Roughriders won the giveaway takeaway category 16 times. Twice they lost it. Once in the Banjo Bowl against Winnipeg in the rematch of Labor Day, and the other was against the BC Lions in July. They were a -2 that day.
How about the composure of Corey Mace? Back up! Doesn't even look like he's watching a playoff game. He's just stoic. Harris gets it away. Nice move to get the first down. Spun it back inside. Keyshawn Johnson picks it up.
What a find the rookie Keyshawn Johnson has been. He's the wide out to the wide side of the field in this formation, working on Jalen Edwards-Cooper, who's a little slow out of his break. Nice curl route coming back to the ball. Trevor Harris accuracy, putting it right where he wants it. Just on that outside shoulder so that Ben Halatic couldn't get involved.
7 yards, enough for a first down. Final play of the opening quarter, 6-3. BC leads. They're going to bring some heat. Way too early. Ball pops out. Flag on the play. Harris trying to hop on it. And he does. But there is a flag against the BC Lions here. No doubt.
Sione Tehema tried to time up a blitz off the edge.
Keyword being tried.
Yeah, or maybe it wasn't going to be a blitz. I mean, he is the defensive end, and he was just coming from pressure off the line of scrimmage. And he was in that backfield well before the snap of the ball. Now, did someone move
offside? BC, number 80. It's a 5-yard penalty. We'll replay first down, but it's the end of the quarter.
First quarter in the books. We've got a tight one.
Correction,
here
the number on the penalties.
Semifinal between the Lions and the Riders. The winner off to Winnipeg next weekend.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.ca.
Everyone has different backgrounds, and I think that is very important that all backgrounds get represented.
Being somebody who represents diversity, I love to see it when we're giving those people opportunities and allowing them to grow.
It's getting to know people who have different point of view about the game of football, but it's also coming with your own perspective, your own point of view, and then what you can bring.
You get a lot of support, a lot of friendships, a lot of amazing memories.
It's something that I would do 100 times over.
Back just a little bit, Vernon Adams Jr., 2019 Eastern Semifinal with the Montreal Alouettes. They hung up 29, but Trevor Harris having the last laugh as he leads Edmonton to a 37-29 victory. For more on this, let's send it down to Britt Dorton.
Yeah, thanks, Dustin. Vernon Adams doesn't enjoy reflecting on that game. He's still like, Trevor Harris already beat me once in my playoff career, looking for the win here tonight. Now, the two of them went on to be teammates in Montreal in the 21 and 22 seasons. Trevor Harris described their relationship as iron sharpens iron and said, I love Vernon Adams Jr., just not today. To which VA replied, I love Trevor Harris every day, and here's why. He took me under his wing. He molded me into the professional I am today in this league.
Great connection for two of the best quarterbacks in the Canadian Football League. This handoff goes nowhere with Stanback.
Well, and to learn from a guy like Trevor Harris, who has put together quite the resume, not just in regular season play, but as we've mentioned many times in the playoffs. I mean, Trevor Harris, when you take a look at his overall playoff stats, record-breaking in a lot of categories.
2nd and 10. Adams had a great opening drive, has been slowed a bit since then. Flushed out of the pocket here, on the run, to the right, down the field, intercepted, just inside the 50. It's taken away, and the kings of the turnovers strike again. Marcus Sayles, the former BC Lion, takes it away from his once teammates.
There's the intended target. Let's take a look at the route. Just sitting down and almost a double move on the scramble from Vernon Adams. You know, the quote from Coach Campbell saying scared money doesn't win in poker. Yeah, but sometimes you get caught when you're gambling. And a bit of a gamble throw was Marcus Sayles. Falls underneath that one.
Sayles was with the Lions 21, 22, and 23. Now in his first year with the Riders, and has been an excellent pickup so far. Lots of talk about Milligan in the secondary this year, but Sayles has had an outstanding campaign.
Well, he really has. And you know, for the Lions, also had a pick in the Western semifinal for them last year. So, you know, when you think about what Marcus Sayles has done throughout the season, but also in the big games, in the playoff games. Back-to-back semifinals with a pick.
After 6 yards on first down, 2nd and 4, smack dab, midfield at Mosaic. Harris on the run to his right. Now he's going to keep it. Doesn't do this often, but he's done it enough here for the first down, and there's a flag deep in the secondary.
It was an inside stunt by Matthew Betts. And as soon as Trevor Harris felt that edge being
There is no
lost,
flag on the play. The result of the play is a first down for Saskatchewan.
you're going to see Betts is going to fold underneath, and when he does, right there, he's in the middle now. Trevor Harris knows he doesn't have the edge containment to deal with. takes it out around the corner and gets that first down.
Riders still looking for their first touchdown of the game. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Harris over the middle, almost one-handed. Schaefer Baker couldn't finish the job. Second down.
C.A. Zealy here is going to show blitz like he might be coming, but he doesn't. And watch how Trevor Harris is going to try and influence number 41 in his pass drop. He drops back right on that hash mark, and Trevor Harris is looking to the wide side of the field. So Ely opens up to that. Harris goes back to Schaefer Baker on the backside, and he just can't pull in the one-hander. But Trevor Harris moving the linebacker with his look.
8 for 10 on second down so far this evening. Harris gets that one away. It'll be a first down right up the middle, all the way down to the 30. Good yards after the catch. Schaefer Baker playing some bully ball.
I don't think that Ryan Phillips can just run zone defense against Trevor Harris and come away with a win here in this one tonight. He's going to have to mix things up and maybe even get exotic in the blitz department and try and get Trevor Harris off his game, because he sits back there in the pocket and picks apart a zone like better than any quarterback in the league.
He's 10 of 13 for 114 yards. That's another completion. Short pickup this time. Emlis on the far side of the field. TJ Lee there to wrap him up.
Now the downside with Phillips doing that and going to like a heavy blitz package is it puts your back end, your defensive backs, in one-on-ones, and often with no help in the middle from safety Christophe Beaulieu. So it's risk and reward, but if you sit back in zones all game long, number 7's going to have a day.
Harris pressured, hit as he throws, still guns it in there. First down, Riders. Emlis, a little combative after the catch, engaged there with A.C. Lee.
A little pressure on Trevor Harris, and he's going to go through his progressions, looking this way, back to the backside. Going through the progressions, thought he had a short side route, didn't like it, had to hang in there, take a hit to get it to Emlis.
Emlis with 6 catches, 53 yards already in this ball game. They work from the Lion 19. Harris, little shoulder pump, now to the end zone. No, incomplete. Keyshawn Johnson looked like he had it, but he couldn't hang on.
It's a bit of a double move here and a pump fake from Trevor Harris, and it looked like it worked initially. Jalen Edwards-Cooper is in chase, but he just gets his right hand on it on his way down and knocks it out of the hands of Keyshawn Johnson. Tremendous recovery, maybe slightly early with the right hand, but again, when you slow it down in slow motion, it could distort the look and the perspective, but no challenge. Incomplete, second down.
There's a look coming at you from Hill Country. Harris inside the 10. Great coverage, but it didn't matter. Emlis, have yourself a game, sir.
Accuracy. Give your receiver a chance. He's got coverage on his backside shoulder. It's tight coverage, so the only place Trevor Harris could put the ball was low and away and hope that Sam Emlis could scoop it up, and he did.
Three options out to the right for Trevor Harris. 2 to the wide side left, looks to the right, throws to the corner. Incomplete. looking to lay one up there for Emlis, but he never really had a crack at it.
Some indecision, it looked like, from either Emlis or Harris or both. The old, I thought you were running the curl. Wait, I thought you were running the go route.
Lakers left, wide twister. We got 31 points.
So get another crack at it.
Let's go.
Second and goal from the 7. Can they finish here and find the end zone for the first time today? They'll give it to AJ. Stopped just short. They'll mark him down at the 1. Almost had it.
Did he have it? They're marking it at the 1-yard line, so that's the rule on the field. But did he cross the plane? Because it looked like at the end of the run, he reaches. No, he's down. He's down at the 1-yard line. Great call by the officials.
Boos from the crowd because of that right there. Manny Rugamba is down, and that led to whistles.
Rider Nation believes that that was a questionable injury. Let's put it that way. But Rugumba's got to come out now. Although they are on the 1-yard line. He's a DB.
So far, we got pressure on Vernon Adams. And in case you missed the first game, the Eastern semifinal was phenomenal. A combined 96 points. Wow. We got Coach's Playbook and highlights coming up.
Jam-packed halftime coverage coming up. Justin McInnis, no catches yet in this game, just 1 target, and it actually led to an interception. Can Vernon Adams get things going here? VA down the field, and he's got a first down. Perfect timing. He goes to Justin McInnis.
Yeah, you guys heard the panel in the pregame show talking about how Justin McInnis and the matchup with Justin McInnis, the leading receiver in the CFL this year, against the Rider secondary, whomever he may be running against, because the Lions will run different formations and put him in different places, but that's his first catch of the game. His only other target, as you mentioned, was an interception by Vernon Adams, but that's his numbers this year, first in all those categories, including the 30-plus catches. Many think of him as a possession receiver, but Justin McInnis can beat you deep.
We asked him about the second downs, and he said, well, you know, I'm 6'5", so I have a pretty good catch radius. Kind of just throw it up to him, and he certainly is capable of that. 7 touchdowns on the season as well. Of course, former Rider on the ground. Haven't seen much of this from the Lions today, but a nice pickup for Stanbeck. That's just his 3rd carry of the game, and that's his best run of the game so far, 8 yards.
Well, I like the look of it from Jordan Maximic because he's got Vernon Adams going one way, and he's got William Stanback going the opposite way, and that freezes the D-line. So it does open up a hole against the #1 run defense in the league.
2nd and 3. Hatcher slips. There was some zip on that ball from Vernon Adams. Well, Hatcher goes down.
Hatcher fell, Dustin, but you know, I think Vernon Adams Jr. put so much on this because he saw Amari Henderson cutting to this football underneath. You see 16 flash. If he doesn't put the heat on the ball like this, he might have that one going the other way. Look how close Henderson was.
He could hear anything, and a timeout has been called.
BC.
Yeah, Rick Campbell needed a chance to talk to this. First of all, that's his 3rd and 3, maybe almost 3.5, but Vernon Adams trying to get the calls from Jordan Maximic, and he can't hear them because of home field advantage. So he's going to the card and have to call his own plays in certain situations.
See the little shoulder shrug? He's, well, whatever, I'll come up with something. I don't think Maximic has a lot of time for the crowd here in Mosaic.
Yeah, I wonder about this third down gamble.
Dangerous spot on the field to turn it over with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, in a one-possession game.
Adams, what does he have up his sleeve here? Hatcher, Hollins out to the right, and Adams is going to kick it. How about that? It's going to drop at the 10 and roll out of bounds.
Okay, Coach. I see. I see what happened, Coach Campbell. You know, I think there was a lot of people going, wait a minute, don't go for it on 3rd and 3. Possibly give the ball back to Saskatchewan with a chance to increase the lead. No, he had something else. That's a perfect punt from Vernon Adams. How about the athlete in Adams?
Well, what's funny is they had Hatcher and Hollins on side, but they couldn't even have a shot at that because he just put it right out of bounds just inside the 10, 44-yarder.
Well, with 2 guys on side, I'm sure they were hoping if it bounced back, they could recover it and maybe surprise the Riders secondary, but ball goes out of bounds. Good kick to get that field position advantage.
Riders was started on the ground. A.J. Ouellette, pretty good pickup on first down. 5 yards for A.J.
Because with 150 in the half, you know, a 2-and-out by the BC defense here, and Vernon Adams gets the ball back.
Didn't make a lot of sense to go for it.
No, exactly. Yeah. That's why I was like, whoa, what's going on here? But Coach Campbell had something up his sleeves. Now, can the defense get that 2-and-out after this great punt?
Trevor Harris needing 5. He's going to look for a whole lot more, and that falls incomplete. Looking for Schaefer Baker. He never really got a read on that one.
See Ryan Phillips getting a couple of his DBs up tighter. Now on the outside, he's got Edwards Cooper playing from cushion. In fact, looked like he was a little slow to get out there in his spot. But they got up there and played a little tighter coverage on that one.
Third and 5. Good field position lurking. Low kick. The wind here is messing with things. There's no doubt about that. And Williams will slide over and take it just outside the 35. This ball will be moved even closer to the Riders' end zone.
Outstanding coaching strategy by Rick Campbell there to get the perfect punt.
4 yards. Saskatchewan, number 43. It's a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be first down for BC.
With 2 minutes in the half, that outstanding kick to the corner from Vernon Adams Jr. His defense does their thing and gets the 2-and-out, and now look at the field position that the Lions have here with lots of time to run their offense.
You can see the flags flying at the top of your screen. If you're wondering about that punt from Korsak, it is a stiff wind. The Lions have it at their back. They work from the Rider 22, just a net of 11 yards. Adams. Pressure coming from behind. Hit as he throws, and it's caught on the bounce. How about that one? Stanback had it go off his hands over a defender, I believe, and then grabbed it on the other side.
Yeah, and 2 things. Vernon Adams takes a big hit here as he's delivering this throw. But yeah, you remember 2 weeks ago, the first throw of the game, Nathan Rourke started that at quarterback, went to William Stanback, who tipped it like that off his heel, and turned into a pick 6.
Now they'll give it to Stanback again. He's going to push it up the middle, looking for the first down, and he's got it. Here's what we were talking about.
Yeah, A.J. Allen 2 weeks ago. This is the first series, and the first throw from Rourke. It goes off the heel of Stanback to A.J. Allen, and he takes it to the house. And from there, the BC Lions were chasing points the whole game long.
I don't know how that ball stayed in the air like that.
They lost 39-8 in that one. This time, Stanback wasn't letting that happen again.
The wind, move the ball. We're going to reset everything. Please reset the game clock to 56 seconds and the play clock to 20. 56 seconds.
The wind moved the ball. It was 9 degrees at kickoff, but the sun has gone down. It is windy, and a chill is starting to settle in here at Mosaic.
This just in. There's wind in Saskatchewan.
Empty backfield for Adams. Escapes the pocket. Throws to the end zone. Far side. Got it. McInnes. Touchdown. Lions. Climb right back into it.
Outstanding strategy. Great execution by Vernon Adams in a couple of ways. One with a kick and then this throw. He has to buy a little more time for McInnes to get open in behind, and then he has to try to knife it through that wind, because that affected that throw too. But it took till late in this first half to get 18 involved, but he's involved in this drive.
Sean White missed an extra point earlier in the game. Did talk about it on the sidelines, as reported by Britt Dorr to us up here in the booth, that he said the wind caused major issues on that. This time he keeps it low and strokes it through.
Well, just great design in the play call from Jordan Maximic to see Justin McInnes working with Eberhardt. There's the corner from McInnes. Now Eberhardt's route is super important because it holds the corner right here and has him staying on that flat route. So 19 out to the flat, that holds the corner, and now this is the route from McInnes, and from the inside it's just too far to go for the deep player. So nice play design from Jordan Maximic, well executed. VA had to buy a little bit more time to get that corner developed. But 18's in the game.
Second catch of the game. He's got the touchdown. We knew he was going to be a factor one way or the other. 38 seconds remaining in the opening half. Mario Alford waits back inside his own 5. We'll see if Flintoff can keep this up on the tee. Well, we've got that tight game we were expecting. Deadlocked late in the second. Second half is going to be absolutely tremendous, and the first half's not even over. Now this will be taken just inside the 10. Back to the 20. And Stearns eventually forced out of bounds. The playoffs are just getting going, and they've been good so far. They're going to get better. East Final. Argos and Alouettes. 3 new hostilities. That should be good. And both of the teams playing here today are familiar with what they've got to do going into Winnipeg to face the Bombers next Saturday.
Congratulations to the Argos. Almost 100 points scored in that game before ours tonight.
Harris gets it into the wind, 31 seconds. Keyshawn Johnson can't get away from Gary Peters, and a mid-sized pickup on first down.
So adjustments. We saw a couple of series here where Rock Armstead and AJ Ouellette were on the field at the same time. They have got the ball to Ouellette a few carries here, 7 in total.
Second down, Harris gets it to Schaefer Baker, gets out of bounds and picks up the first down.
But with 16 seconds left, a couple of throws here to the sideline from Trevor Harris. He's about 15 yards away from a field goal attempt to get 3 before the half. Needs one more throw just like that one, and he gets Brett Lowther into field goal range. Now there is the wind in his face.
It's a significant wind though, yeah.
minimum
Bother's
20.
long is 55. I'd say you need at least 20 up. Here's Harris. Gets that one away. Good tackle made immediately there by Edwards Cooper. And nowhere for Duncan Busby to go.
You'd think that the Riders will try offensively to get it out to that wide side. Jalen Edwards Cooper is just 5'11", 175. He plays alongside Ronald Kent, who's 5'9", 175. Smaller DBs out there at the wide side of the field, and Riders can test to see if they'll come up and make tackles. That time Edwards Cooper did just that.
Harris is just going to step up and take a knee. And the first half is in the books. Suits were tied 13-13.
Shocker. Knew that was coming. These are two well-matched teams. A.J. Ouellette, 7 carries, 26 yards, and that touchdown when he took the snap from center in this first half. We saw 2 series where Rock Armstead was also on the field with Ouellette. A couple of touches, but Ouellette's been the feature back.
He stands with Britt Dorton.
Well, you know, talked about establishing the run game in a game like this. You go out there, you get a touchdown. What did you see on that play?
Coach Mueller drew up a great play. We knew it at the beginning of the week, what they were going to do, what front they were going to do, where they're going to walk the linebackers. And, I mean, he drew it up perfect. I had my motion. He told me what to do, and it was there.
Well, we're seeing emotions run high out there. You're in a tie ball game. What's key in these final 2 quarters?
Just be more physical than them.
All right, we'll have a good one.
Yep.
We'll send it back to Kate in the panel.
All right, Britt back alongside David Sanchez, Matt Dunnigan, Milt Siegel. The hair change color is really throwing me off of Mont. That's like if I just showed up with blonde hair or Milt showed up with hair in general. Yeah.
I show up with hair. You know I got something bad.
No, we don't break out the wigs.
Leave the wig in your bag.
Thank you. No, but when I watch for AJ, I do watch for the blonde locks running down the field, but I get it.
You got the attitude, though.
He does. He does. All right, you know what? Great football game so far. 13-13 ball game. Let's start with Team Money, as you like to call him. 16-22, and you know what? His stats don't blow you away. He's only got 155 yards, but as we speak about Trevor a lot during the season and during the postseason in the past, it is the efficiency of his play.
He's efficient. You look at his stats and you're like, okay, he's not blowing me away. He's not going to be on any highlight reels, but he's going to give your team an opportunity to win. That's all you ask of your quarterback. Make some plays, some big plays when you can, and don't turn the ball over. And that's what Trevor Harris has been doing. He's been doing it since his return from injury. I've been saying this since he's returned. He's been the best quarterback in the league, and it's carrying over to this first half of this playoff game. He's given his team an opportunity to win the game. And that's all you can ask for. Once again, he's going to come out in the second half, and they're going to keep doing the same thing because their defense is great. They have a great running game. And, yes, their quarterback is not going to throw for a bunch of yards, but every single time he drops back, those receivers know they have an opportunity to catch the ball. And as a receiver, that's all you can ask for. So good first half by Trevor Harris.
And they're 80% on second down conversions right now, SaskKids. The last 2 drives, 13 for 74 and 11 for 61. If they're controlling the ball like that, BC's in trouble. To add to that, you know, often you hear folks say coming into a game, you know, your quarterback, just don't be special. Just don't turn the ball over. Just don't have to be great. Just don't turn the ball over. Take care of it. Well, VA is going to have to be great. The only chance this team has to go to Winnipeg next week, BC Lions, is VA's got to come out in the second half and be absolutely great. You saw I don't think that they're going to be able to run the ball in the second half. They could in the first half. I don't think, looking at what they're doing defensively, they have any chance of continuously stopping Sask offensively. Like I mentioned, the stats I just mentioned. So the only chance they have is VA come out in the second half and put his cape on, be super aggressive, make plays, and do what he's capable. He has the ability to do that. He's got to do it if the Lions want to play next weekend.
Yeah, and I agree. I believe that his legs are going to be a factor in that second half, too. And we already saw it in the first half, but when he was under pressure. And Saskatchewan did what they do. They take the ball over, and they got their 27th turnover of the season. They're plus 27 in turnover ratio. Here's a little game up front, little loop, and they're going to force VA up. You got a wall there, then everybody just folds back underneath. Malik Carney, North Carolina, gets his 5th quarterback sack. And then here, VA, he's pressured again, goes around the outside this time, buys some time, tries to stick it in there. Marcus Sales, the West Georgia product, gets his 5th interception of the year. And this is vintage Saskatchewan Roughrider defense at home, making quarterbacks uncomfortable and forcing turnovers. I think you're going to see more of that in the second half. I thought VA really settled down there, and I thought that Coach Campbell did a nice job there with the quarterback pooch punt in the corner and played that time clock extremely well and got 7 points for it and rewarded because they played smart football there.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to. No, you can go ahead because I was going to wrap it up. No, you go ahead. No, please. We've got 30 more seconds. You can go ahead.
BC, and you, Chaz, you spoke of this. They can't run the ball, but they have to scheme up something. Otherwise, those defensive linemen for Saskatchewan are going to pin back their ears and just bum rush VA. They have to do something. Quarterback draws, they got to do something.
Yeah, they could, like to Matt's point, I think they can run the ball. VA is probably their best weapon. Their offensive line is not good enough against Sask's front right now to run the ball and create holes, I don't think. Not for Stanback.
Right.
He's a north-south guy. If he doesn't have a big hole, he's not making it happen.
Yeah. Now you can throw to commercial break, Milt.
Oh, okay. Throwing the commercial break. I don't know what the commercial is, but we got to go pay some bills, baby. Roll silver.
13-13 at the half.
Yeah, and I think this is what the guys were talking about at the studio at halftime, is that Trevor Harris is moving the football, putting big drives together. That time of possession's getting lopsided. The BC Lions have to be concerned with that.
Britt Dort is standing by with Justin McInnes.
Justin, you told us you can't hang your head when you're down. You go out there and get a touchdown to tie the game heading into the half. What's it say about the way this team responds?
Just resiliency, keep going. We know playoff football is going to be ups and downs. Just got to keep fighting, keep playing complementary football and finish to the end.
You are seeing out there, though, the Sask defense, they are strong on the turnover margin. So what was the message to try to hold on to the ball this half?
Yeah, just you can't go nowhere without the ball, right? So you got to take care of the ball, got to protect the ball. The ball is our haven. So keep possession of that ball, keep playing good ball, and see what happens at the end.
Thanks, Justin. Have a great second half.
Awesome. Thank you.
Justin McInnes with that one touchdown. Trevor Harris, pretty nice first half. And he's been outstanding in the postseason.
Wow, 16 of 22 tonight, and you take a look at that completion percentage. That's an all-time best in the playoffs. 6 touchdown passes in the 2018 Eastern Final was a playoff record, and he's not afraid to sling it. 60 attempts in the 2017 East Semi. 60 attempts in a game in the playoffs. They'll lean on Trevor Harris to throw it up and down the field.
The Lions will get the ball. The Riders have decided they want the wind in the fourth quarter, and I'll say probably a wise decision with what we've seen so far here this evening on the prairies. One half away, maybe a little bit of more time, who knows, from one of these teams advancing to try to slay the dragon out in Winnipeg as the Bombers await the winner. It's a good kick into that wind. Williams goes back and takes it just inside the 15. Made one man miss and got tripped up and taken down at the 20. Here's a look at VA in the first half.
Well, he was 8 for 13, 124 yards with 2 touchdowns and the 1 interception. But what was a little surprising in that first half is that it took them to the last series for the Lions to get the ball to Justin McInnes. Now, the Riders be rotating the defense a little bit. I certainly would be with Justin McInnes' season, but down at the end, he got him involved, and he got it in the end zone.
BC will start on their own 26. VA takes a look out into the flat, and he's got McInnes again to get the half started.
McInnes starts in the backfield and then works his way out to that flat. Pretty good protection. Help from Williams. Stand back in the protection to give Vernon Adams a chance to get it out there. A little trash talking at the end of that one.
Only got a couple of yards from it. So 2nd and 8. The situation they currently face. Hollins will move down into the slot to the left of his quarterback. Goes in that direction, and it falls incomplete. Sales was there, But that was never even close.
Yeah, it looked like Hollins was running a route that he was supposed to turn outside. That ball was thrown to the outside shoulder from Vernon Adams, and Hollins had run an inside curl. You can see that it was well covered by Marcus Sales, but
Flintoft gets it away. Way up there. Alford takes it just inside the 30, a 54-yard kick. Mario Alford can't escape. He's taken down at the 40. Here's Harris in the opening half.
16 of 22, 155. Have a touchdown throw because they ran it down on the 1 yard line for their major, but didn't throw an interception either. You know, we talk about the turnovers, and when you think of ball protection offensively, you think of making sure you handle it well when you have it in your hands. But Trevor Harris's accuracy is as important in ball protection as just maintaining it when you have it in your hands, because his accuracy keeps it away from defenders.
A.J. Ouellette, first touch of the half. Thought he was down, but he bounces right back up with no whistle and gets an extra 4 or 5 yards. You see Rigumba saying he was down. I'll be surprised if he wasn't down, but let's get a look.
Well, we'll have a good tight look at it here for you. And I think the elbow may have been down. The inside.
The ball carrier was down at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that's what the ref saw too upon review.
So they give him a yard.
60.
And it'll be 2nd and 9. Passing situation here for Harris. 3 receivers to that wide side left. Harris looks over the middle, bounces out of the pocket, gives it to A.J. Ouellette. One man to beat it, he beat it. Gets outside the 50, and A.J. Ouellette gets the job done.
Well, they're the same height. One's 5'9", A.J. Ouellette, and Ronald Kent, who is also 5'9". But there's a little bit of a difference in their size. And A.J. Ouellette is going to be the outlet here. And then he's one-on-one with Ronald Kent, who's 175 pounds, and that stiff arm just threw that 175 to the ground.
Like a 60-pound swing. Get out of my way. Like he wasn't even there. How disrespectful. On the ground again, this time back to the line of scrimmage. No further with A.J. Ouellette. Lions are going to win this game. To stick the Riders into some 2nd and longs are going to go a long way.
Yeah, they're going to test the run defense of the BC Lions. In the first half, A.J. Ouellette was on the field for 15 plays by himself as the feature back. 29 Rock Armstead was on 6 times as the feature back, and they were both out there together 13 plays offensively. So that's something we hadn't seen all year.
13 for 17 on 2nd down so far in this West semifinal. Early movement, flags fly. Harris on the run to his right, pressure coming, look out! And he'll be taken down by Matthew Betts.
Now, who moved first? Big play by Matthew Betts. I have a feeling that he was due to make something happen in this game. Because even though the numbers are down a little bit compared to last year.
BC number 40. The 5-yard penalty will repeat 2nd down.
Well, it was Pete Robertson, the former Rider, that jumped early.
Could have been a couple of guys.
Yeah, a little flinch inside. There was a couple there that moved early.
So 2nd and 4. Harris barking out some instructions. Pressure again. Gets it away. Oh, look out! Ely bumps him. Schaefer Baker held on though.
That's a tough one on Schaefer Baker. Him hanging on to this catch is unreal because he had TJ Lee behind him, and he was pushing one way, and then Ace Ely hit him around the midsection the other. I mean, this is TJ Lee pushing him from behind, and then Ely over the top. Just
a punishing blow from Ace Ely. They continue to look at Schaefer Baker. Will step away.
Step into the action with CFL Game Zone. Play games, win prizes, and connect with fans from across the world. Join the ultimate CFL fan experience today at gamezone.cfl.ca.
Riders have juggled their O-line with the injury early on, but Travion Tate has gone to left tackle. He's got to get that one, and there's Fry's block. He's got to get to Ben Haladic for this play to work, and he does right now. That's the seal block that A.J. Ouellette needed, and there's your hole. He takes it. Covington has a shot at him, misses the tackle. Good balance by A.J. Ouellette, and he scores. Offensive coordinator Mark Mueller on the reaction. Nice blocking up front. How about that?
The way you draw it up. Hey, see that little fist bump at the end there?
I saw that.
He's excited. Hey, it's a playoff game. You got the lead. Why wouldn't you be? Mackey on the return. Plunges just outside the 40. A nice back and forth seesaw affair between the Lions and the Riders shaping up here.
And now the crowd is going to turn it up a bunch. Jr. now has to use hand signals and probably lift his leg to get the snap of the ball. So there's no advantage anymore for the offense knowing the snap count. Everybody moves when the ball moves.
They started on the ground. Stand back. Broke one tackle and picked up a good 4, maybe 5 yards after that.
Stand back got nice and low there in the hole, but yeah, it's a great advantage in home field. Winnipeg will have it next week. Montreal will have it next week. And right now, Saskatchewan has it. And Jordan Maximic's got to try and communicate the plays down to Vernon Adams. He's got to get it to 11 other guys.
They didn't run it much in the playoffs last year either with Mizell. Thought maybe we'd see a bit more of stand back tonight, especially in a tight game, but the Riders have contained him so far. Adams wide open. McInnes turns down to the 45, wrapped up and held onto by Lacombo.
It's little things, but you become the leading receiver in the CFL when you do the little things right. And this throw is on time, but McInnes takes the extra step. Now, there wasn't a DB close enough to make the play here, but it's important to have good habits. Watch him make that extra step right there, back to the ball. Make sure he separates from any defender behind him. 21-yard gain.
The Lions in a hostile mosaic, working from the Sask 44. Adams down the field looking for Hatcher, and he's hammered. Oh, another big bang. That was Lacombo, and a flag flies immediately.
We've seen one both ways now. Boy, it's great to see both these receivers, Keon Schaefer Baker, and now this time Keon Hatcher, get up from these hits. Oh. Hatcher knew it too. He's in the danger zone in there. and still extends to go
The
get
ruling
it.
on the field is an incomplete pass. However, we have major foul, unnecessary roughness. Saskatchewan, number 22, will go up 15 yards from the previous line of scrimmage. It's going to be first down for BC.
Well, it's almost identical to what Azili did the other way. It's basically a defenseless receiver over the middle. And even though he, Fields tried to get his shoulder, as did Azili, tried to get his shoulder involved first and take his head out of it, but it doesn't matter. It's a play that will be called now.
Hatcher was trying to stay in the game, but yeah, I can see why they're taking him out.
Well, he on the ground waved to the training staff, and then he thought maybe he could recover from it. But the injury spotter will take control here, and they'll go and take a look at Hatcher.
Get that mouth cleaned up a bit.
And he's saying, I could read his lips there. He was saying, I'm fine, I'm fine.
First and 10 from the Rider 29. Adams out into the flat to his running back, stand back. Got around one man. He was wrapped up by C.J. Avery. Decent enough pickup on first down.
Great move when the ball was just arriving. It was almost like Stanback was making this move as he was catching it to maintain the concentration. It's a high percentage throw, but he makes that move as he turns. Nice quick feet.
They need 4 more to keep this drive alive. And a flag did not get that ball snapped in time.
BC number 3. A 5-yard penalty will repeat second down.
That one's assist to the crowd here. But as Stanley Berryhill broke the huddle and wasn't sure of the play. And he was trying to communicate it back to Vernon Adams. And look at them. They got to get so close and tight in that huddle. They can't hear each other. You could be standing right beside a guy and not hear him.
Seemed to have things in order this time. Adams pressured, trying to get away. No! Don't get him! He hung on to the ball, but they took him down. Ryan Cox Jr. gets there.
Really was a team effort, or at least a D-line effort up front, because they basically just collapsed the pocket. There is Cox off the top, but this is just basically, actually there's a little bit of a stunt in here too, but this is 4 guys just getting it done and collapsing the pocket on Vernon Adams.
That ball did pop out momentarily, and VA held on. Sean White looking for 3 points with a swirling wind at his back, and he puts it home. And we've got a 4-point ball game at Mosaic as the Riders and their fans making life tough for Vernon Adams.
This program is extremely important to give women an opportunity to get their foot in the door.
I absolutely would never have had an opportunity like this had the program not been available.
Camp has provided me with a lot of hands-on exposure that I didn't think I would get.
There's nothing really like that feeling when you get goosebumps after a game-winning play. So I wanted to have a career where I could help make those moments happen.
It gives women a chance to make a difference that we might not have otherwise been given, which is amazing.
7 catches, 65 yards, led the way for the Riders, as he did all season for more on their top Canadian receiver. Let's send it down to Britt Dort.
Pretty exciting season. Back-to-back years, 1,000 yards for him over that. Now, Sam Emilus has a lot of accolades when it comes to him, but it also comes from his work that he does when he's not catching the ball, and that's his blocking. You guys have talked about it. Corey Mace has as well. He says it's easy to look at his accolades, but it's also easy to look at the fact that he does so much more when he's on the field himself, and he doesn't have the ball. He told me that came from his college days, back when he would only get 1 or 2 catches a game. He said, what are you going to do for the other 50 plays? You're going to have to block and make yourself impactful out there. Trevor Harris said the same thing. He called him a complete dog out there and said that's a guy you want as a receiver because he does it all.
Nice to have a guy who can help you in every way. Here's Harris, finds his running back, A.J. Ouellette, picks up about 4.
Well, and this for any young receiver watching this game, this is what you got to do to be great. You've got to do stuff without the ball in your hands. You got to go out and block. Sometimes it's a linebacker. Sometimes it'll be a DB for a fellow receiver. And sometimes you might have to go after a defensive end, or in that case, Tyrese Beverette. But, you know, blocking down the field. And we shouldn't be surprised that he's having a night tonight either against the Lions. 255 yards receiving in 2 games in the regular season for Sam Emilus against BC.
2nd and 6 for Harris. Gets that one away a little bit low. And they had to go down and get it. Held on to Johnson. It'll be short no matter what.
But only by a couple of inches, it looks like. Not, I don't think it's a full, well, maybe a full yard.
And it looks like it's going to be a yard, yeah. Well, they brought Patterson in.
Yeah, short yardage team, Shea Patterson.
Shea Patterson, 3rd and 1 against this BC defense. Pushes it ahead. Oh boy,
no,
that's close. I don't think he got it. What a stop from the BC Lions, and a huge turnover just inside the Riders' 50.
A.J. Ouellette put his hands out like he wanted the ball. That spot actually got pretty close to that 50.
Patterson denied by the Lions. Close though.
There is something remarkable happening here, and anyone who hasn't got the message that the CFL is alive and thriving is just not paying attention. This has been a truly amazing time for us.
He's going to get to midfield. There's a block. Hogan with the house call. Down the field. Keyshawn Johnson.
Fajardo throwing towards the corner. One hand, and they got it. An unreal play by Speaker. Randy Oliveira. Touchdown. Again, flea flicker. Ford comes back to get it. Makes a man miss. Touchdown. Wall on him again. He still goes for the touchdown. What an effort by William Stanley.
What's up? Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, for the CFL playoffs. We appreciate you being here. Please take a second to hit that like button down below and share it out to social media, to some sports boards. Let's get a bunch of CFL fans from around the world hanging out with us here for the Western Semifinal. Who you rooting for, the BC Lions or the Roughriders? Let us know in the chat who you're going for. We'll see you back in there. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up button, and good luck to your team.
The Riders had to get to the 50, and that goes right through the logo there. And it looked like he got turned aside. The foot went down right in the logo, and they didn't even measure. The officials determined that that was short. Didn't get to the 50. Corey Mace had a long discussion in that break with the official. He said, hey, you had to get to the 50, didn't do it. They turned it over. BC football.
So the BC Lions defense comes up with one of their biggest plays of the season. Great field position here as this ball sits on the Saskatchewan 50. Can VA make him pay? Starts it to Catoy. He's got a first down, rumbles ahead for a few more. Takes it just inside the Rider 35.
Javon Catoy did not play in either game of the regular season against the Riders due to injury. So they don't know really how to defend him, or at least, you know, from watching film, it's one thing, but actually going out there and hitting the big man is another. He's 6'5", 230. As close to a tight end as we get in the Canadian Football League.
16 on that play. He's got 80. Just shy of his season high. Stanback. Can he find a space? A little bit, not much. Wrapped up and taken down on the play by Sanders. Critical 2nd and 7 on the way.
Keon Hatcher is back in the huddle. They did examination I had to on Hatcher, and he's back.
He goes to the top of your screen. Adams needs to find 7 more. Looks to the right, throws it Hatcher's direction, and he drops it. Bobbled it on the way in. Was wide open, a bit underthrown, but that was there for the taking.
Yeah, it just looked like Vernon Adams just didn't set his feet, and this ball a little bit short because he was wide open out there. Keon Hatcher, well, he juggled it, and you saw the ball hit the turf. So that's incomplete. The right call was made by the official, and but just a little bit of a low throw to Hatcher. He's probably still recovering a little bit from that hit over the middle.
Sean White to make it a 1-point game. 39-yarder from just inside the left hash. That is up, and it is off the upright again. Wow. A double doink night for Sean White.
Wow.
The field goal hit the post. It's no good. It's going to be first down for Saskatchewan at the 30-yard line.
Sean White went 50 of 53 in the regular season for a league-high 94.3% in field goals. He's missed an extra point off the post, and now a very makeable field goal off the post. Now, this wind is tricky.
Even if it's at your back, it's kind of swirling all around.
Well, that's what happens now. The Mosaic Stadium, this new stadium, while relatively new, is below ground level. So it comes off the corners, this wind, and then it does swirl. So the flags will tell you one thing, and then the wind hits it differently.
A night to forget for the West's most outstanding special teams player. Spin move ahead. Takes it up beyond the 35. We would like to apologize for some technical difficulties that we are having. We're going to stay here as we get that sorted out. I'm going to blame the wind briefly, momentarily. Why not? 2nd and 4 for Harris. Gets that one away. Did it get there in time? Broken up. Nice play by Edwards Cooper with 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
He's had a couple of knockdowns in this game tonight, and it's from second effort and not quitting on the play. Jalen Edwards Cooper just keep battling and got the ball out. 5th start in a row for Edwards Cooper. You see that ball probably should have been caught the first time, but second effort from Cooper got it out of there.
Kicked away. Once again, it dies in the wind. Williams will pick it up. Flag on the play after just a 27-yard kick. And it'll be instant field position again. And this is why the Riders took the win in the fourth quarter.
Saskatchewan number 0. It's a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be first down for BC.
Yeah, because you know, the wind, as we talked about, swirling, it affects field goal kickers a little differently than it does punters. When you're into it, for a punter, it just knocks the ball down.
Yeah.
And we've seen that a few times tonight. But when you're a field goal kicker, the flag says, okay, put it a little bit to the right, because that's where the flag is. You see the flag was going in the opposite direction. And it'll swirl on him after he kicks it and change directions, because this guy's been money. I mean, he doesn't miss those.
Final play of the third quarter. 4-point game. 4 receivers to the right here for Vernon Adams. Stanback slides out there as well into the flat. Faked it to him. Now down the far sideline. Eberhardt's got it. Stays on his feet and tracked down from behind. Sales wrapped him up. First catch of the game for Eberhardt is a big one at the end of the quarter.
Scared money doesn't pay. Sling it deep.
Eberhardt waiting for it. Goes up. Gets it. And we've got a tight one. Don't go anywhere.
All backgrounds get represented.
Being somebody who represents diversity, I love to see it when we're giving those people opportunities and allowing them to grow.
It's getting to know people who have different point of view about the game of football, but it's also coming with your own perspective, your own.
What's up, CFL fans? Thank you for hanging out with us today for the Western Semifinal between the Lions and the Riders. We appreciate you being here. Now's the time to let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Let's see how many people around the world are hanging out watching the CFL right here with us on TSI. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for putting your emoji for your flag in the chat, or city, province, city, state, or wherever the heck else you're watching from. Now let's get back to the football. Good luck to your team. We'll see you back in the chat.
In the passing game, as this drive continues for Vernon Adams and we head into the fourth quarter. And remember, Sean White has hit a post on a single after a touchdown and a post on a field goal, or this game is tied.
A guy who's been close to automatic the entire season. BC knocking on the door here. Second trip to the red zone tonight. Hollins at the top of your screen. McInnes slide in here. They'll give it to Stanback, and he takes it down inside the 10.
You know, there might be some fans saying, you know, if Stanback only had less than 30 yards in the first half, why, or in the first 3 quarters, why give it to him again? Because you've got to continue to try and take the attention of the D-line to your tailback. Or else forget about play action, forget about that extra second you might buy in the passing game for a double move or a deep route in play action if you abandon it completely. So Jordan Maximic's got to stick with it a little bit in this fourth quarter.
Mosaic crowd trying to stand up for their defense here. 2nd and 7. Adams, end zone. Hatcher off his fingertips. Incomplete. 3rd down, no flag.
Yeah, Keon Hatcher wanted a penalty here. Looked like to me when I watched it live as the ball was on its way, Vernon Adams giving Hatcher a chance, a little bit of a throw behind here to cut underneath, and he does. He has first contact to it, but Amari Henderson and Hatcher were both basically hand fighting for position. I like the no flag. Lions fans, I'm sure, don't. I think they got the call right to not call it.
Chip shot. 17-yarder for Sean White. That one is up. And you see that one get pushed to the right.
Well, I think even Sean White paused for a second.
That's a man who's breathing a sigh of relief. Watch this football. Up and away. Tough to blame him tonight.
Step into the action with CFL Game Zone. Play games, win prizes, and connect with fans from across the world. Join the ultimate CFL fan experience today at gamezone.cfl.ca.
Well, the Eastern final is set next Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Argos and Alouettes will go at it yet again. And of course, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers await the winner of this one. They've played BC twice in the West Final over the last 4 years. They played the Riders twice in the West Final over the last 4 years as well. Harris trying to put together a drive that possibly seal this thing away. Tosses it out. Armstead, stiff arm, back to the line of scrimmage. No further.
Ryan Phillips, the defensive coordinator, just loading the line of scrimmage here. He's just bringing guys up to say, look, we're going to fill the gaps. And on first down, if you're going to run the ball, we got to get everybody up there. DB's coming to get part of the run defense to get Trevor Harrison second and long. What does he have now? Because this is a big series.
We got the cue! We got the cue!
2nd and 9. 15 for 21 on second down so far tonight. Pressure here. Harris in trouble. Feels it. Take it down. Matthew Betts is there, and the Lions will get it back quickly.
Linebackers are going to hug the line of scrimmage. Matthew Betts is in that sprinter stance that we're so familiar with. That's a couple now big plays for number 90 coming off the edge. Nice bull rush and then inside move on Trayvon Tate.
Korshak ready to give it back to Terry Williams and the Lions. BC trails by 9. End over end, taken at the 35 by Williams. Returns it just shy of the 50. There is a flag, a couple of them, at the end of the play.
Say thank you to Ken Lazarick, his last game. The officiating crew with the Canadian Football League. 32 years for Mr. Lazarick. 609 games and involved in 11 Grey Cup championships. Couldn't play the game without the officials. Ken Lazarick's one of the great ones throughout the years. Congratulations on a great career, Ken.
It's going to be weird not seeing him around.
It will be.
A legal block on the return. Backs the Lions up to their 30.
Now, I don't want to jinx it, but this has been a well-officiated game tonight.
Adams with Hatcher in the slot to his left. And out of bounds on the near sideline.
Well, because it's 2 possessions, I would say the Lions now in field goal range, but I would suggest they need to get even closer to, say, field goal range tonight with the way the wind's going. So I know right now they're thinking of putting that major on the board and keeping this drive going, but Rick Campbell's now got to think down 2 possessions, field goal is important.
Ball sits on the Sask. 51. Adams wide open. Hollins hauls it in. and he stopped just short of another first down.
How about that sidearm throw from Vernon Adams? Boy, he doesn't have to have the textbook delivery, does he? Vernon Adams can just kind of side sling it if he wants, just around his offensive lineman like he's throwing a curveball from the pitcher's mouth.
Coming right at you. They'll need 2 more. Catoy will slide over to the left. Adams has a man wide open out to the left. That's where he's going to throw, but he's pressured, and it's incomplete. That was Catoy. He had him out there for a while, and when the pressure came, it was too late.
Well, what it was good discipline on the pass rush to not get too far upfield by the Riders defensively. I believe it was Brian Cox who just played that slow, stepped up the field, didn't let Vernon Adams escape, and then he had to try and just throw it across his body to get it out there and couldn't.
3rd and 2. Offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it.
I think this is a win decision, really.
But you can't kick a field goal in this win from, I don't think you can try it from beyond 35. It is smack dab into their face. So they'll pick up 2 the hard way, or at least they'll try to. Adams over the middle, he's got it. Eberhardt hangs on. First down, visitors.
Quiet night for Aiden Eberhardt, but that's a biggie. A 3rd down conversion. He's only been targeted twice, caught both, but he knows he's going to take a hit in there. That's where Jameer Thurman hangs out. Haven't talked a lot about Jameer, but he's had a heck of a season at middle linebacker. Great leader on that defense, and Eberhardt hung on to that one.
7th tackle of the game for Thurman. Fresh set of downs for VA. Adams steps up in the pocket. Down the field looking for Hatcher. Intercepted just outside the 5. It's Lacombo. He's got his first in the Canadian Football League. And it could not have happened at a better moment for Mosaic.
Game's all about decisions from the quarterback spot. Vernon Adams has a chance. Once he negotiates this pocket, it looks like to me that he could run for 5 or 6, at least, maybe more. He tries to sling it down the seam, and Bola Combo is sitting there. This is where you see Keon Hatcher's going to get to that deep seam route. Hatcher on the inside, he sees Vernon Adams. Now he's running almost the skinny post down the field, but he doesn't realize there's a safety in Lacombo, and what a chance to get his first.
And that's got to fire you up.
And that's going right in the trophy case.
Former first-round pick delivers in a big way. A.J. Ouellette rumbling ahead. Would not be denied. Give him 11.
Big interception inside the 10-yard line. Trickles over to the offense. And the 2nd effort, 3rd effort, 4th effort from A.J. Ouellette.
.72 yards on the ground for Ouellette. They'll give it to him again. Tackle made quickly this time. Tehema first on him to slow him down, and then the help came and he only picked up a yard. Maybe just back to the line of scrimmage.
Sione Tehema played the play. We're going to the 3-minute warning.
3 minutes remain in Regina. The Riders on top, 28-19.
This is where legends are made. The stakes are high. The moments unforgettable.
Pass is intercepted.
The hits are harder. The crowd is louder. But one thing feels weightless.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. The one that's listening to the football game with us right now. Thanks for being here. Please take a minute and hit that subscribe button. Why haven't you subscribed yet? Come on, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single CFL playoff game all the way through the Grey Cup. Hopefully it'll be the Argos because I'm an Argos fan, but regardless, we're here live to hang out with a bunch of CFL fans and have a good time on the playoff run. Now let's get back to the football. Good luck to your team. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and helping this awesome community continue to grow.
Guys that have been to the Cup, they know the intensity of playoff football. And is it just me, or is A.J. Ouellette running with a little sense of urgency?
Yeah, I think he gets it. Yeah, I think he gets it. I think he knows he was brought in here for a moment like this with his playoff experience, and he's earning every penny. Hard 73 yards. 2nd and 9. This is a big down. Early movement. Flags come out. And that is still hauled in on the near side for a first down. That was ridiculous.
It's a free play. Trevor Harris knew it.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Early movement from the Lions.
Offside, BC number 40. Penalties decline. Result of the play, the first down for Saskatchewan.
So the play continues. Pete Robertson was in the neutral zone and the snap of the ball. That was the free play, and Trevor Harris knew it. Keyshawn Johnson goes up, catches it. They'll take the play. It was bigger than the penalty.
7 catches for Keyshawn Johnson, making his CFL playoff
BC
debut.
took a timeout. We're going to reset the game clock to 2:35, please. 2:35.
All right, BC has taken a timeout. They move the clock from 2:31 back up to 2:35 as Rick Campbell paces on the Lions sideline with his team down by 9, trying to find a way to book a 3rd straight trip to the West Final in Winnipeg. But it's in serious trouble right now.
Yeah, I think normally he would have taken or preferred to take that timeout on 2nd down. See what his defense does here on 1st down. However, down 2 scores or 2 possessions. Just wants to stop the clock. Riders will keep grinding it with Ouellette.
Back to Ouellette again. Net in the backfield that time. Haladic, his 10th tackle of the ball game.
Sorry, I got Varga 48 instead of Haladic 46. I thought it was the Rider uniforms that were giving us some. But he played the play, get him in the backfield.
Loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Harris gets it away. Wide open, not going to be enough for a first down. Emelis has his 9th catch of the evening. Over 100 yards tonight for Emelis.
Well, safe throw for Trevor Harris over the middle and to a sure-handed Sam Emelis. Now they can run the clock down as far as they can and then kick it with a couple of seconds to go. Lions looking for something big down the field. They got to score twice.
Korshak will let that time tick away. Gets it away cleanly from the 45, end over end into the arms of Williams. Can he find anything? No. Wrapped up, taken down. And Vernon Adams has to go a long way really quickly to even give them a chance.
Yeah, he's going to be looking down the field. Now the Riders defensively, their defensive backs are going to give the Lions some more room. They are going to say, go ahead and throw it underneath. Anywhere between 5 and 15 yards, and we'll rally to the tackle. The Lions now have to try and take some of those shots. DBs are going to be back here. One more room, saying throw it underneath.
Adams has the time, misses. Berryhill got turned around. Would have been his first of the game.
Now, if Vernon Adams is going to throw it underneath, he's got to do it immediately. I mean, if everyone's dropping that deep for the Riders on defense, and they're saying throw it underneath, you can get some yards after the catch if you give it to your receiver immediately. Don't mess around in the pocket back there and then try and get it to him.
2nd and 10. Everybody on their feet in Regina. Adams dumps it off to Stanback. Stanback pushing ahead. Wanted the first down. Did not get it. Also did not pick up the first. It'll be 3rd and 1.
One play. Make it on defense. But it's 3rd and inches, so Lions need to get the first, get a new set. Precious time comes off the clock here.
Gotta have it here, and Adams will. But the clock, major problem for the Lions now as Trevor Harris watches on, leading his team to what looks like a victory here at home. Injured Ryder down on the field. Ryan Cox Jr. sat up, but they'll have a look at him. They've been buzzing from the very beginning of the night here at Mosaic Stadium. Adams did a great job, silenced him on that first drive. Right, Lions came out of the gate, looked terrific suits.
But that guy matched. And then he was pawn to king forward as the game went on. Started to dominate the time of possession for 3 quarters. Big drives that went down the field. Got A.J. Ouellette going, especially in the second half. So they had balance in the offense. And with the lead, it forced Vernon Adams into bouncing around back there and trying to make the big play. And by the way, I think A.J. Ouellette, the last time he did the hair like that was back when they won, when he was in Toronto. So trying to get that good karma back. Wearing the green, well, the green and black tonight, but the green and white most of the time. Needs some chunk plays.
First,
a bit of a miracle.
From the 26. Miracle, I think you just nailed it. That's what they're going to need to find to steal one. Very unlikely away.
Way off.
Riders tonight.
Way off here.
Flag on the play. Adams steps up, heaves it down to Hatcher, and he's got it at the Rider 50.
Well, that's what I mean. If Vernon Adams wants to throw these big plays down the field,
Saskatchewan,
then he can and should move around and scramble in the pocket, try to climb up in it. But if he's just going to hit the under on first down, try and get some yak yards, you got to give it to him immediately. Hatcher comes up with a play. He's tried, that's the 3rd time in this 4th quarter, trying to get it to number 4, the first catch.
35 yards to Hatcher. Adams takes what he can find on the far side.
Get out of bounds.
Turns, gotta get out.
Out of bounds, out of bounds.
And he's out of bounds. First down.
Valuable seconds.
deep shot, but could not find it. From the Rider 36 with 47 seconds. How big was it when they went for 2 to make it a 9-point game? Adams pressured, gets away, spins out to his left, heaves one down the field to the end zone, intercepted, sealed away by Roland Milligan. Of all people, a dagger from the Defensive Player of the Year in the West to seal the fate of Vernon Adams Jr. and the BC Lions.
Desperation time for Vernon Adams. You mentioned it just before the snap, Dustin. He needed this score and another. But Roland Milligan, no one should be surprised that he seals the deal. 9th interception of the campaign, 8 in the regular season, led the league, and he was right where he had to be. Poised when the ball arrives. Holland's trying to find an opening, and Roland Milligan just times it up, high points it, goes to get it, and out jumps Hollins to the football.
A fitting finish. The 20-second clock didn't start. We're going to reset the game clock to 35 seconds, and the time's going to start on my whistle, please.
With the way this season has gone for Milligan, almost storybook that he seals this one away. And turnovers, once again, playing a huge part in a Riders victory. They turned the ball over on downs and got 3 interceptions, plus 2 again today.
They have been the #1 team in the league, taking the ball away. In fairness to Vernon Adams, and it's been quite a journey for #3 this year. Started 5-1, lost to Calgary, got injured, lost his starting job, got it back. It wasn't enough.
Riders are heading to Winnipeg. 28-19 the final as they take care of business against the BC Lions. If they were going to win this game, this is the fashion that we sort of thought they would do it in, isn't it?
Great balance in the offense, especially in the second half. Trevor Harris and A.J. Ouellette, that play action working for them when the Lions started to hug the line of scrimmage defensively to stop Ouellette or to try and contain him. Trevor Harris threw it in behind him. Team effort. They won the giveaway takeaway one more time and won the game.
Might be the last time we see Vernon Adams Jr. in a BC Lions jersey with Nathan Rourke on the roster. We'll see where VA ends up next year. The Riders get the Bombers. Give it to us. Princess Auto Stadium next Saturday should be fantastic as 2 bitter rivals go head-to-head for a spot in the Grey Cup. 28-19 the final. Sports Center is coming up. We will have live reaction on Sports Center from Mosaic. Don't go anywhere.